Gonna hop into our first take as we're talking about Deion Primetime Sanders. Primetime got a major payday as Coach Deion Sanders is locking in a 5-year, $54 million extension with the Colorado Buffaloes, making him the highest paid coach in the Big 12. But with massive TV ratings, a historic program turnaround, and a nationwide recruiting boost, Elijah, we posed the question that I'm pretty sure that we can agree on pretty easily. Is Deion worth every penny that he's getting paid?
Most definitely. For him to turn Colorado around like that, they were a winless team, and he got him a couple wins. I know they didn't make the bowl game his first year. Second year, they make the bowl game. Didn't play out the way he wanted to, but at the same time, you got to think about it. His first time stepping on campus, the spring game was full. The old lady that usually watched the game at the house, he gets her inside the stadium. It's snowing out there. The stadium's still packed for just the spring game. We didn't even talk about regular season. We're talking about practice. But he got those guys out there, and you got to pay your hat off to that. And then after that, he brings in a Heisman winner with Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter was the first Heisman winner I think since Cordell Stewart, and if they had one, I'm not even sure if they had one. But
Yeah, I think it was a long time since the last time that they had one. I think it was somebody like back in like 1936 or something like that. I looked it up, but it's been a long time. It's been a
yeah,
long time. I know that for sure.
he brought in a Heisman winner. He brought entertainment back to Colorado. Now, with that being said, he's transcended the game so much that not just at the University of Colorado, that people around wants to pick up on what he's doing. He's not afraid to step into the spotlight and tell people this is what's going on with his program and what he wants to do with his program. As you can see, he wants to talk about spring games and how he wants to start doing that, and I think that's the future of it. So I think honestly, it's the money. The money is well deserved. Now I know a lot of people are going to come in and say, "Man, he didn't win a Big 12 title. He wasn't even in the Big 12 championship game. I don't understand how he's the highest paid in the Big 12." Well, sir or ma'am, whoever thinks that, if you put it in perspective of a guy that's coming in and turning around a program in 2 years or 3 years, it's going to take time to win the Big 12, right? But on top of that, he did it his way. He didn't do it in another way where it was supposed to be like this or this was supposed to be handled. He did it his way, and honorably so. I think the paycheck should have came. I mean, you don't want to lose a coach like Dion because that you can see what he brings to the program, whether if it's social media influences, old NFL guys that played is on the coaching staff now, or old NFL coaches that was in a coaching the league. They're on his coaching staff now. He brung in that aspect. Now it takes a lot for a young man. I'm just thinking from my perspective to say I'm going to commit to Colorado. I don't think anybody wants to sign and go to Colorado off the jump of the head. But when you think about Deion Sanders, okay, then that puts some perspective on it. So for him to be the highest paid coach in the Big 12 and getting some stuff in that nature like that, and even though he didn't win it, he definitely did turn around the culture and turn around a lot of things in college football. So I got to tip your hat off to Deion and say he deserved that.
Yeah, man, I have to agree with you, and I'll even go as so far to steal one of his sayings, saying that he is not just a moment, but that he is a monument. I'm looking at this ESPN article about his extension, and it says that the university cited that he had more of an impact on the applications. They increased by 20%, including an 18% increase in applications from out-of-state applicants. So people are coming to the school. And then home football games generated a combined $93.9 million in direct economic impact to the city of Boulder, 146.5 million in total regional economic impact. So, and when it comes to business, what I've learned is that you want to have more assets than you have liabilities, because liabilities take money out of your pocket, assets put money into your pocket. You want to invest in getting assets, right? So if you know that Coach Prime is going to help put more money in your pocket, that means that you have to do everything in your power to make sure that he remains in Boulder, Colorado for as long as possible. And inking this type of deal is definitely going to do that. I think the deal starts off with him making like 10 million the first year, and then it increases to like 10 and a half, 11, so on and so forth. But that's the number one thing, is that Deion Sanders is good for business. He affects the bottom line because of how he can promote games, how he can bring in talented recruits, and it's prime time. It's something that people want to watch. He helps you get TV deals because people want to see them either win or lose on TV. That helps your bottom line. But then on top of that, he comes in and he changes your culture around. 2 seasons ago, you were 1-11. And now you find yourself really a game or two away from playing in the Big 12 championship. Like Elijah alluded to, it takes time to, become a championship program. I know that we've seen programs be able to turn things around very quickly, but normally it takes time, 3 to 4 years, so to speak. You got to build towards it because you got to get your recruits in, get your guys in, build your philosophy, all those things like that. But for him to be 1 to 2 games away from winning and getting an opportunity to be in the Big 12 championship says a lot. You get to the bowl game, you don't win it, but you get to a bowl game, something you haven't done in a while. You bring Travis Hunter in. You bring Deion Sanders in, who's probably going to be a top 5 pick. You bring in Travis Hunter, who's going to be a top 5 pick. You absolutely change the culture around Boulder, Colorado, and the expectations that you have. Now, with all that in mind, expectations, or when you start winning, that brings about more expectations. Because when people see a good product, they expect to see it again. It's like, oh, you can win? All right, I'm going to pay these season tickets, but you better win while I'm doing it. And that does create pressure. But that ain't nothing to Coach Prime because pressure does one of 2 things. It busts pipes or it creates diamonds. And we know that Coach Prime has been one to pop his collar when it comes to stunting with diamonds. That's for sure. So congratulations to Coach Prime on getting his huge payday that he so rightfully deserved. And he'll be there in Boulder. This extension at least gets him there through 2029. And then, obviously the recruits that he brought in, Julian Lewis, who I think is already on campus there in spring practice. And I know he's not done. He has Marshall Falk there on the coaching staff. Warren Sapp is there on the coaching staff. So it has guys that have NFL level experience, Hall of Fame level experience, and it's only just going to continue to keep going up from there. So thank you so much for watching this clip of the Fitz Take podcast. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. And remember, every episode of the Fitz Take podcast will air right here on the YouTube channel every Monday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.